Excuse me, everyone. For those of you visiting my home for the first time, this is my daughter, Aretha. She'd like to sing a little something for you.
Hey everyone, you're watching Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens. Today I am super excited because I have an Oak Cliff native, sensational rising star. She's an actress, she's a singer, she's a Broadway star. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Miss Skye Turner. Hi Skye.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling great as well.
Yeah, I'm just beyond excited for you. I mean, you are doing so many amazing things. Playing Tina Turner, you're getting ready for your new film, Respect, where you play Young Aretha Franklin. I am just like, I can't wait to see it.
I just feel like it's really a blessing, so I'm very excited and grateful for all the people that have supported me and the village as well behind me.
Yes, I hear you on that completely. So I want to take us back some. I'm really excited to talk about Respect, but I want to go back into when did you first know that you wanted to grow up and be a star? Because you're not just a dancer, you're not just an actress, you're a singer, you are a rising star. So when did you have that moment of like, I want to be a star?
Well, I remember that I've been singing for forever. I mean, riding on in the car on the way to school with my dad. And then eventually I joined the school choir, and I remember one of our first performances, and we traveled around, and I remember seeing the look on people's faces as I was singing. I got a chance to sing solo, so that felt really special. And as long as I can remember, my two choir teachers, Miss Carmelly Sims and Miss Carolyn Donnell, have always been putting me out there. So that moment for me was really special. So that's when I was like, oh yes, this is it. This is what I want to do.
Yes, and today we live in a time where we have so much social media, the Facebook, the Instagram, and I know you went viral from singing, but not once but twice, correct? So can you talk us through that? I think you were singing at a wedding.
Well, I think the first time I went viral, I was singing right at a wedding. Before that, I sang at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters.
Yes.
I was singing "If Only You Knew" for an '80s and '90s review.
Oh wow, that's
And
my jam. I love me some Patty.
And a woman in the audience or online, I think, saw my performance and invited me to sing at her wedding. I had never sang at a wedding or been at a wedding, so I was like, ooh, this is exciting. And I remember everyone complimenting me on how I looked and going on and having this immediate focus. It's a different type of focus, and I always feel that when I'm singing. And when I feel that, I know the outcome of the performance in a way. I don't know if I'm going to do good or bad, but I know that this is going to be at least a good performance. And that went viral. And I think I also went viral for singing Home at a Waffle House.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that video yet. I love that song too.
My dad was pushing me to sing. He was like, you know what? This would be, I mean,
At
Waffle
Waffle
House. I was like,
House.
you're right. So I went up there and I sang, and it went viral unexpectedly.
So was this before or after y'all got done eating your waffles?
I think it was before. I was just like, hungry.
And he was like, no, you're singing right now.
You're right.
I love that. So you go viral, and this is everywhere. And then you get a call to audition for Young Tina and the Tina musical. Oh my gosh. Like, before even, it's like everything you're doing. So Patti LaBelle, you're doing Home, which is originally sang by Stephanie Mills, and now you got to audition for Tina Turner, another person that I absolutely love. So how was that when you were auditioning? How excited were you, and what did it mean to you when you found out that you got the role as Tina?
Well, the audition process, I went in for the audition. I was sent the script and the song before, and I just remember practicing and listening to the song in the car, and any time I could get to practice, I remember doing it. I mean, I wasn't doing anything else. I was focused because this is someone I've looked up to. I was like, I listened to her. I know her. And I was playing her songs and trying to be the best at the script. And I remember going in for the audition. I was super nervous. There were a few other girls outside. I went in for the audition, and the director and everyone made me feel comfortable, and I felt like, okay, I can do this. And
Yes.
there was that feeling of security and certainty, like I know that I can do this. And after I sang the song, I went outside, and my dad was by the door. He was on the door when I opened the door, and
He was excited.
yes, a girl came up to me, and she was like, she said that I did amazing, and she said, "Skye, this is your part." And 20 minutes later, I got the call that it was my part. So it was kind of like she foreshadowed the event. So that has always been a moment that is special to me.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling such a huge weight, but also it was a good weight, because if I had any weight, this is the weight that I want to have.
Exactly.
To play someone that I've always wanted to be like.
That is amazing, and I love, you're very grounded and just like, wow, like you have like an old soul, and it's so beautiful. And even hearing about the support from your dad, like waiting there at the door, that's so beautiful. Me and my mom, like, as you know, because you got to meet my mom before the interview, but we're really tight too. And I know that plays a huge part in throughout our careers and our artistic journey. So okay, so you've done Broadway, but you're also very young, so you still have to balance school. How is that? Like, do you have a tutor that would come in the dressing room before rehearsals, after a performance? How is it balancing schoolwork?
Well, I got a lot of help from my dad. When we first started, I was going to go to a school in person, but I got the role of Tina, so I had to move to New York. And I worked on that curriculum, except my dad helped me. So he played a really huge role in everything. Really grateful for him, because I don't know where I would be without my dad being here. And then this year I went back in person, so probably when I go back to New York I'll be homeschooled as well.
Yeah. And how has it been for you with the break? Like, were you excited about having like a little bit of a break, or how did you stay inspired throughout this past year?
I wasn't pumped about this break at all. I mean, singing is what I love to do, and actually, I can relate this to an Aretha Franklin song. Natural Woman has become my favorite Aretha song so far, and there's a reason. Some people might think it's because of love, and it is because of love, but it's not love for a person. It's love for my music and singing. And there's a role, the lyric in the song says, "Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind." And that's how I feel about singing, if you would reverse the roles. I mean, singing has always been such a big factor in my personality, and when I had to stop singing and stop seeing people so often, stop seeing reactions, I just felt so deflated. I mean, for a while I was like, wow, how am I going to get through this? But I'm glad that I've gotten a chance to keep going with my singing and everything else.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I know exactly how you feel, because I miss coming home exhausted from dance and singing. Like, I miss that feeling. Like, you know, certain things we would complain about, like, oh, I want a break. Now I'm like, oh gosh, I miss being just exhausted from rehearsing.
Feeling accomplished.
Yes.
And like you've actually done something with yourself.
But everything's coming back, so I'm excited. And now we get to talk about something I know you're looking so forward to. I am. So speaking of Miss Aretha Franklin, you are playing Young Aretha in the new film Respect. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I mean, it has really been a blessing. I never thought that something like this would come about. I mean, I used to sing Miss Aretha Franklin songs, Precious Lord. I sang that here as well at T-Ball. And to get to be able to portray her, she is also someone I've looked up to. My parents played her music, and I've always known some of her songs. And just, I felt that way with Tina. And when I went in for that audition, I was like, okay, I have to do my best, because this is something I cannot miss. And I'm so, so, so glad that I got the opportunity to do it.
And how was it preparing for the role of Queen Franklin? How was that?
Well, honestly, it was a huge emotional weight, because I was like, I have to portray this in the right way. I can't just like, okay, I'm acting. No, I had to become young Aretha Franklin and think about how I would feel in the situation she was in, how I would react, but also how she would react, and try to do that in the best way possible. So I was like, I've really got to focus on this role and make sure I do it in to the best of my ability.
Yes, and they chose such a powerful young lady because, like you said earlier, it is such a huge weight, but you're carrying it so well. And I mean, you're inspiring me, right? I'm getting emotional just right now talking about because you're very inspirational, Skye. And when you're on set with all these big giants, like, let's see, so you have Audra McDonald, you have Mary J. Blige, Jennifer Hudson, Forrest Whitaker, Marlon Wayans, and young Skye Turner. How I mean, because you're not being introduced to film as a background. You're on set as a star on set with people that have been in the industry for so long. How is that interaction with people? I'm sure some of them you've looked up to, probably like a Mary J. or Audra McDonald.
Right. So, when I heard about the cast and the people that were going to be in the movie, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, really? Miss Audra McDonald, I've seen her all over. I've watched her clips on Broadway. I've seen everything with her. She's a 10-time Tony.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yes.
And
Tears.
with Miss Jennifer Hudson, I've been listening to her music. Ooh, it's been so long. And I love her voice. I watch Dreamgirls, everything. And
Me too.
with Mr. Forrest Whitaker, I got to actually spend time on set with him, and he sang happy birthday to me. He got me a record player. He's such a kind person as well. So honestly, I was just fangirling myself. I was like, ooh, it was such a new experience to me. So I was so glad to experience that.
So incredible.
Ooh, I was
That's
super
incredible.
nervous, though. I was super nervous, I will admit.
I can't wait to see it. I'm just beyond excited about the film, about your career. I mean, you are a young starlet. Like, I'm beyond excited for you. So grounded, so powerful, so inspirational. You're just inspiring me so much just sitting here talking to you. I read that you really want to work with Tyler Perry. Who else do you want to work with? Tyler Perry, Anita Baker. And it was one more person that I saw and I got really, really excited about. Tyler Perry, Anita Baker, and one more. Who was the third person?
Well, that's a lot of people to work with.
Okay, so my next question would be, what would be your dream role? And also, with the people that you were talking about you want to work with, how has like a Tyler Perry impacted you and Anita Baker?
Well,
that's who it was, Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett!
I'm so excited right now. Like, I am
Okay.
really excited. So the things are slipping. So, Angela, that's one of my favorite people in the whole world. Angela Bassett, Anita Baker, Tyler Perry. What do they mean to you? Because I know it's like your future is so bright. So why did you pick those specific stars?
Well, with Mr. Tyler Perry, he sent me a video when I was on the Tamron Hall show, and he sent me a video, and he was congratulating me, telling me to keep going, and I've always felt that has been something that has been a huge impact on me because he's Mr. Tyler Perry. He's so successful, and I've always been like, wow, I love his movies, and I've watched his career in awe. So he sent me that video, I just felt so touched and grateful that he spent time and actually talked to me. And with Miss Anita Baker, she's my favorite singer.
I love her voice.
She's my favorite singer. I mean, I remember the first time I heard her song, No More Tears. It's my favorite Anita Baker song. I mean, I've been singing that for as long as I can remember. I mean, I love that song. I don't know what it is about that song, but her voice is so calming. It's something that I could listen to all day, and honestly, she's been such an inspiration to me.
So, do you imagine yourself like singing with her, like a duet or something?
Yes, I would probably be sobbing out of excitement.
Me as well. And what about Miss Angela Bassett?
Miss Angela Bassett is one of my favorite actresses because her performance just seems so real. It seems like so realistic. I mean, there are some actresses that you watch, but there's no one like Miss Angela Bassett. I mean, getting to watch her performances like on TV and from a younger age and to see her now, I just have always aspired to be like her in my acting career. So it's really just something that, I mean, I remember connecting to her through What's Love Got to Do with It, the movie that she played Tina in.
This is one of my favorite films as well.
Right, and I've always wanted to be like her, and I watched the movie, a few clips of the movie. So it's always been a dream.
Yeah. So what dream role do you have? Do you even? I mean, because these roles are already incredible. I mean, how do you top Aretha Franklin and Tina Turner? The sky's the limit for you. But what dream role do you have?
Well, honestly, I want to do roles in horror. I like horror movies.
Oh wow.
And series. And I've told my mom this before, but when I'm older, I'm gonna be like a doctor, surgeon role, because I remember watching The Good Doctor, and that's one of my favorite series as of now. So, yes, those are some of my dream roles.
That's so awesome. Well, Skye, thank you so much. I am just so excited for you, and just like, oh my, and you represent so much, especially for young women in Dallas. Like, you've inspired me so much today. So I want to thank you so much for chatting with me. The sky is not the limit. There's no limits in life to all the things you can do, and I'm so looking forward to everything you accomplish throughout your career. Remember to stay humble, stay grounded, even when it gets tough, because you're going to have those moments when it's like, what's going on? You just keep going. So congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for chatting with me today, and thank you all for watching Kickback and Chat with Amber Pickens.